5 top challenges facing Emiratization in the UAE. Hello friends, and welcome to a brand new episode of Let's Talk Emiratization with AlHebsi. A quick recap from last episode, where we touched base on the background of the Emiratization drive and elaborated on the positive role of the Nafis program in driving the Emiratization initiative in the UAE. But before we get any further, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell button to receive our future videos. In addition, let me use this opportunity to announce the launch of my new Emiratization online training for both UAE nationals and employers in the UAE. That is the only online training courses available on Emiratization in the market today. You can refer to this video showing on the screen for more details, as well as I will leave the links in the description box of this video if you are interested to enroll and enhance your knowledge and skills about Emiratization. My sincere intent out of all the efforts and awareness I'm spreading about this particular topic, Emiratization, which is very dear to my heart, is to let everyone know that it might seem challenging to achieve Emiratization objectives, because this is what most people around us are saying all the time. However, this is one of those things that we learn more about once we do it ourselves. Like being an Emirati lady, if I can work in the hospitality industry, which is considered one of the most challenging sectors to emiratize, and overachieve in every single role or company I've worked in, not only that, but also be benchmarked for my initiatives by other properties, then it means Emiratization is doable, given we have the right strategies, steps, and skills to execute our plans. And this is exactly what I teach in my exclusive online Emiratization courses, be it for Emiratis or employers. So, it might be a smart idea as well for you to benefit from my years of professional experience in the field, backed up by academic research, and learn from the best to enhance your Emiratization skills and lead the game. So let's now get down to business. We have explained in the previous episode that Emiratization is a national program launched by the UAE government to increase the participation and competitiveness of Emirati citizens in the private sector workforce and reduce the country's dependence on foreign workers. This is a very important drive for UAE's social and economic sustainability. In today's episode, we are going to delve into the 5 top challenges facing the Emiratization program in the UAE, based on my extensive research. These challenges are: first, Emiratis' perception about employment in the private sector. Many Emirati citizens do not see the private sector as a viable career option and prefer to work in the public sector, which offers higher job security and better benefits. This lack of interest in the private sector is a significant obstacle to achieve the goals of the Emiratization program. Let me clarify here that this lack of interest in Emiratis has been a result of their own unfavorable experiences in the private sector, as well as the word of mouth from their family and friends. Like anything, there might be some successful examples of Emiratis working and thriving in the private sector, but they are a handful. This also tells us that both Emiratis as well as employers in the private sector need extensive training and guidance on how to deal with each other and set the right expectations from the beginning of the employment relationship, then follow them throughout the various employee life cycle stages. The second challenge is cultural barriers. Emirati culture places a high value on family and community, and many Emirati citizens are reluctant to work in jobs that require them to relocate or work long hours. This cultural barrier makes it difficult to attract Emirati workers to certain industries, such as hospitality, healthcare, real estate, and others. I've talked about this extensively in my Emiratization online course and provided some potential solutions for employers to start creating more considerate, inclusive, and thriving workplaces for all employees. Third on the list, we have salary expectations. Emirati citizens expect to be paid higher salaries than foreign workers for the same job, which can make it difficult for companies to justify hiring Emirati workers. On the contrary, most private sector employers don't necessarily think that hiring Emiratis is a good business decision. And even if they end up hiring them, they resist to pay them what they deserve. This expectation can also discourage Emirati citizens from pursuing careers in the private sector if they feel that they are not being paid fairly. Well, after the rollout of Nafis program and considering the monetary and non-monetary schemes that they have introduced to address this particular issue, the perceived salary gap has been bridged in some way. However, this has created other kind of challenges. A relatively newer issue that has emerged in relation to this aspect is how many private sector companies have responded by lowering the offered salary for the UAE national related roles so that Nafis can pay the difference, while an expatriate worker on the same role will end up getting more. And that's a serious problem that I would like to highlight publicly on this forum, being myself an HR and Emiratization expert, because this is against the pay equity concept that can lead to other issues down the road if not monitored and fixed immediately. The fourth challenge we have is resistance from employers. As an Emirati myself, who have been at both ends of the spectrum at different phases during the span of my career, I've worked for years in private sector and HR and dealt with both line managers and Emiratis, as well as I've been an Emirati job seeker for a while and seen how a highly qualified and talented Emirati is being subjected to biased and discriminatory treatment by most employers, and that they work hard to keep capable Emiratis out of the job market because they fear the competition. I am certain that many of you will agree that this is still a big issue facing Emiratization in the UAE. Some employers in the UAE are resistant to the Emiratization program as they prefer to hire cheaper foreign workers whom they can manage and manipulate easier compared to an Emirati national. Now, whether this resistance is based on unconscious bias for some employers or fear and inferiority complex in others, or mix of both elements, it is still a challenge that as a nation we need to deal with and overcome to achieve sustainable development in our country. The UAE government has been dealing with this challenge for many decades. And now, since we have matured as a country and crossed our 50th year, the respective authorities have rolled out strategies like Nafis, for instance, to deal with this challenge. It is a relatively slow progress, but it's just a matter of time before we see the desired change taking effect. And the last but not the least challenge we have on the list is limited career advancement. Emirati citizens may be reluctant to pursue careers in the private sector if they feel that there are limited opportunities for career advancement. This can be a particular issue in smaller companies, where there may be fewer opportunities for promotion and professional development. Nevertheless, this issue is of many dimensions because in many cases, the lack of opportunities for Emiratis is not necessarily due to the shortage of roles or advancement opportunities, as much as it is because of bias, competition with local talent, as well as the insecurity that many of the non-local workers have towards Emiratis. Once again, I strongly believe that this challenge might take time, but if the right monitoring, control, and reporting systems get implemented by the relevant authorities to address this gap, then we can certainly eliminate such scenarios in the workplaces where Emiratis doesn't get fair treatment or opportunities just because of their nationality. I hope you have found today's episode informative and valuable. If you did, please hit the like button and don't forget to share and subscribe. And if you have got any questions or comments, kindly leave them in the comments box. Also, don't forget to connect with me on my various social media platforms and visit my website www.alhebsi.com. Thank you for your time and see you in the next video. Till then, take care.